Good day, everybody. My name is Kevin Hogan. I'm the author of 24 books, including The Psychology of Persuasion, The Science of Influence, and a whole bunch of others, translated into 43 languages all around the world. Thank you very much for making that happen. I really appreciate it. Today, questions can trigger cementing of decisions, choices, attitudes, and beliefs, and boy, is this important. If you represent what the status quo is to somebody, okay? All right, it's the status quo. It's what they're already doing. They're already made a decision. Maybe they've already decided to get healthier this year, or they've decided that they're going to buy this kind of car, or this computer, this phone, whatever it is. They already told you this. You want to cement it. How do you do it? You say, hey, what are the reasons that you bought that phone last time? You know, why did you do that? You know, what are the reasons that you chose that phone? Get the answers there. What are the reasons that you decided to have that phone? What are the reasons that you decided to marry her? What are the reasons that you decided to come here and talk to me? Because you want to know, once again, in the last video we talked about how questions create beliefs. This is about cementing beliefs, okay? If the person bought a smartphone and it's a really nice one, they could easily switch from Samsung over to Apple. No problem. It would be very easy. So if you're selling Apple, or if you represent Apple and somebody else represented Samsung, you can very easily say, what was it that convinced you not to buy Samsung, but to buy your last smartphone, which is what this is? If you say Samsung, they're going to go and buy the Samsung. If you say smartphone, they're going to buy your smartphone. Make sense? So you're going to ask, what are some reasons that you bought a smartphone last time? Why else? What was the real biggest? I mean, what was the biggest reason? And what was the reason that you bought such a nice one? I mean, the Samsung 6 is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Why did you do that? Like, what caused you to do that? Why did you marry her? Because they got divorced, right? So, but why they got married is going to be very similar to why you're going to get married too, or at least you're going to fit into filter. Okay, now you may not want to end up in that filter. You'll have to find out what it is. But here's the deal. You're going to be the only person ever to ask this question in their whole life. It means you're the only person sitting in front of them right now. So as long as you are being given criteria and you're the person sitting in front, you can cement their belief that this is how you do indeed do it. Other things went wrong over here to cause them to switch off of True Green Lawn to go over to Chem Lawn or whatever. Okay, but they're all lawn services, right? Okay, you with me? You want to cement the beliefs that the people need to have the lawn service. The fact is it a fact? Is it a fact that if you have plenty of water, like your yard's not just going to look fine anyway? Maybe not, by the way. Maybe you really do need an expensive service to fertilize and all that. The fact is, I don't know. I've seen it work both ways. I've seen it being really helpful, usually in years where we get a lot of rain or I water consistently, or I've seen it work out terrible where I didn't water consistently and we didn't get a lot of rain. So the fact is, I don't know. But if you say, Kev, what's your criteria? I mean, or what are some of the reasons that you picked True Green last year in your Chem Lawn as your lawn service? You say, well, you know, the guy came to the door, gave me a really good price based upon the size of the yard, and I was just impressed with what he said he could do, and he was the first person ever to tell me that the crabgrass that I grows in my yard, because I live so close to the lake here, is actually not going to ever go away. You actually have to do turf, sod, to get rid of that. I had no idea. The guy told me the truth, and I was like, wow, that's cool. Nobody's ever told me the truth before. Oh yeah, we can get rid of it for you. Nobody ever got rid of it. It's because you can't. It's a grass. It's a grass that the chemicals don't kill. I didn't know that. The guy told me that. I was like, that's good enough for me. But he told me how to get rid of it when I'm ready. Sod to sod. And I was like, that's cool. So this approach is very different than saying, why did you buy, or why did you choose, or why did you decide? The question is, what are some reasons that you bought, that you married that person, that you went out with them? What are some reasons? Okay, this implies 3, 4. It implies that reason was important in the context. Okay, this is not why did you do it? Why did you do it? What kind of a question is that? You're never going to get an answer, a real answer. Nobody will tell you why they did something because they don't know. Nobody knows why they do anything. People are stimulus response creatures. Boom, this happened, boom, they go do that. That's why they did it. They have to justify it in some intelligent way to you and communicate the information. Nobody knows why they do anything. We're all walking around unconsciously all day until those few moments when I poke you and I go, hey, wake up for a second. I'd like to share something with you that you haven't heard before. Can I tell you something cool that you can use today when you go home to make your wife feel better, to make your kids feel good, to make your kids love you more? Oh, yeah. And now you get their attention. It's like their whole brain just goes like that, right? And now you actually have them thinking, and you actually have consciousness. You have conscious awareness right in front of you. Ah, good. Now I have a different part of the brain. Now I actually own this person's brain for the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and I can simply say, what are some reasons that you bought, came here, went there for your vacation, whatever it was, doesn't matter. Whatever it is I'm here to talk with you about, what are some reasons you did that? And then now, once again, you're walking into their created filter that they're going to make. Similar to creating beliefs, except for you're cementing what they have already done, okay? These are things that they've done in the past with similar people to you, okay? But now you are gonna be the new person. These are things that they've done, whereas changing a belief is literally creating a brand new belief from nothing, okay? But here, you're simply transferring the reasons, which they never had, from this person to you, and that's how you do it. This breaks apart previous behaviors. Your vocal intonations when you communicate this information can be very, very important. So in other words, why did you do that? What were you thinking? Right? That's not likely to be all that productive and effective. Why did you do that? That was pretty brilliant. See, almost the same exact words, vocal intonation can do everything when it comes to cementing beliefs, okay? Cool? So practice vocal intonation. It's not just the words, it's not even just the idea, it's the expression of the feeling in your voice. You know what I mean? Cool. I'll see you guys here next time.